I've basically been pocket wiped.
Ah, sick. That's a class.
I've got about 4.
Took me vest, bruv. Get me into the armory, bro. What the are these like doing? Bro, Ming only took my hostage, though.
So listen, yeah, I pulled up, I got out of the car with my gun out because they had theirs out in the bank. I started walking up to the door and then just started getting shot at. Like, they had an ambush set up and everything. They had people across on Pink Gauge.
So what? So they knew what they were doing?
That's what doesn't make sense to me, right? That's what doesn't make sense to me, because Ming said after we were all down, right? He said we were in a bit of a rush, so we just took one of them. Yet they were set up all around Pink Cage.
No, they were set up and that and shot as soon as I walked up to the door.
Bro, we didn't even get the chance to talk to them.
So you got shot from... So they did the bank, had people on the building behind you?
Yeah, like facing Pink Cage Bank. So as soon as they shot at me from that inside the bank, I started getting lit up from across the road as well.
Bro, what? But what? Bro, it makes no sense. We wore them 3 days ago, bro.
Also, guns are different again.
But that AK was shit.
Absolutely put me down from like 100 meters away, bro. Like, the range is crazy. What? I don't know. No gun was doing that.
So I'd understand if they were on this energy, if they smoked us in that war, but they didn't.
They need smoking. Oh, we need...
Me and Terry should probably go back and see if the boys are lying on the ground.
Take my car if you want. I'll speak to... Wait, is Boris actually here or not?
It's already worse.
Boris, are you up or not?
Probably on the ground bleeding. I'm gonna go back.
I need to take a nap though, because this scuba's stuck on me.
Barky and I went to go get you guys. We weren't sure if we could even like do anything. It was just kind of like a weird one.
I can't lie though.
I thought that heavy rifle was...
I'll be real. They want us to take this bait for sure. They know we're gonna be depleted after the war, yeah. And they want to do the last little bit of work to make sure we're even more depleted than we currently are. Because right now we're all right. If we was to go into a war with what we got at this moment in time and it don't go our way, then it's gonna be like we're gonna have to grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm good off another war, bro.
Well,
I'm a cool forehead and be like, what's got like I don't like I'm get people are gonna be pressed and we should do something, and like I would usually be on that energy, but we bought them 3 days ago. It make like I don't think it makes any sense for us to now be like going at them again. Like
when we walked away, like no one gave each other anything. Like it was even.
Bro, like we ended it being like, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's just I don't know,
bro,
man.
Me and Terry. Well, I didn't even get out of the car until they started shooting. Terry walked up to the door, maybe because he had his gun out. They did something, but like, if Terry was gonna do something, he would have ran up to the door and just started shooting. He wouldn't have just walked all slow and like trying to talk to him, you know. They just shot Boris down. We literally pulled up and there were shots inside the bank.
Well, so when you got there, they shot Boris.
Yeah, when we pulled up, they shot Boris, and then when me and Terry like started like freaking out because they were shooting, we start getting peppered from Pink Cage roof. So they were obviously set up waiting for us.
I'ma just call him and
it makes no sense, bro.
Once I spoke to Boris, I'ma just call him and say this makes no sense. Like you're moving stupid.
You guys.
Yo,
come to the block, Boris.
Yeah, we're gonna come now.
Ready is just...
Yeah, that's wild. I can't lie. That's wild.
Yeah, they were on the roofs opposite us. They ambushed us.
There was one Pink Cage and then there was one
on
the
by the apartment complex.
It's insane to Sandy. I'm stupid as shit. Never mind.
There's one more down.
I've never done Sandy before, so like I didn't know what all the circles were. I thought gtarps were back.
Literally got pinned instantly.
It's not chill and letting it slide. It's like we'll ask for our shit back type energy.
But me and Terry pulled up with the full intention of trying to talk to him, and they just lit Boris up straight away as soon as we pulled up.
But, bro, you know what? I'm telling you now, if you're gonna go to them, and Miguel's gonna be like, don't get over car with a gun to me if you want to talk to me, bro.
I ain't speaking to Miguel. I'm good for that. I'm calling for it.
Yeah, but that's what he's gonna be whispering in his ear. They pulled up with guns out, bro. If they don't want to get shot, you know, get over car with a gun out in front of me, bro.
It's fine. These men aren't the most intelligent of individuals. I can navigate that conversation. I'll just say, look, you were set up. You knew exactly what you were doing. It makes no fucking sense to do this 3 days after the biggest war we've had.
Build up, son.
Let us have the shit back. Because there's no point in making this a war. And then if they're not on it, then I guess we just have to go get our get back, isn't it? It's
Personally, can I just say, if they're not on it, I think we wait a bit and rob that pawn shop. Absolutely fleece. That's just my opinion.
I agree. At this stage, I'm not gonna lie.
Next opportunity, take the pawn shop shit. Yeah, 100%.
What difference is it going to make, bro, if they're taking us hostage 3 days after a war anyway?
We could do a little, we don't get the shit back, and if they don't do it, then we'll just go on a spicy one.
Yeah, that's the best kickoff to all of this shit. 100%.
But it's also gonna be like another extension of what we've just been in, so.
Yeah, but
that's on them,
fleece,
though, bro.
That shit needs to go into a box, bro.
They knew what they were doing. Like, they're just...
Yeah, no, they're 100% know what they were doing.
Bro, I was talking to Jay, and Jay said he got a call from Future, like, pull up Pink Cage right now. And he pulled up and helped, and then he asked Ming what happened, and Ming said, we took a Manor member hostage, and Jay just said, yeah,
was
you don't have to say.
there?
Yep.
I think so.
Forehead's the one that put me down. Forehead, Alan, Future, Ming, Jay,
Miguel
and then
was,
Miguel.
It's Forward and Miguel.
Yeah,
on the
Ming
almost
said
like
it was
they're
all
not
a rush.
happy.
And that's
It's
why
almost
they
like
took
they're
the
not
Manor
happy with it when the war,
Yeah.
and they're trying to run it back on a. We gotta go harder, you know.
Simon, did you?
So
pull up
their
just to
egos
talk
hurt
to
that they
them or
didn't
what?
smoke us.
I pulled up to talk to them. I said, yo, you know
Simon
that's
pulled up
Manor.
and they shit themselves and fucking
Yeah, I
ran in the
pulled up.
back.
I said, yo, you know that's Manor. And they just pointed 4 bullpups at my head. He said, I don't give a fuck about Manor, something like that. I just drove off and I was like, okay. And then I called Terry and all.
I got out of the car, walked up to the
how did
bank.
it go with you, Boris? Because I just want to get what happened with you before I call for it.
So we were at Senior Buns. We were gonna do some stores. So we'd taken a hostage. Simon and Kane ran in to get a hostage. I waited in the whip. They pulled up. They're like, "We need you to get in the trunk." I was like, "I'm big man again, like, you know, just letting you know, sort of thing, whatever." And then I put my gun away. They didn't really care. And then they were asking me who I was. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm Boris, whatever." And Miguel was like, "Oh, you were part of the Poolers, whatever." And I was like, "Yeah." They didn't really say much else. So I don't think they really cared, I'll be honest.
So we pulled up to try and chat to the guys, bro, and started getting aired out, bro.
And then, yeah, then Simon pulled up. I'm guessing Simon saw what happened or whatever.
Definitely.
And
So you
then
said to them, "I'm Manor."
Yeah, I told them I was Manor.
Okay. That's what I need to know. And was there people in Senior Buns? Because you was trying to get hostages, so surely there was other people there, no?
Simon and Kane were. Yeah.
It was dead, I'm going to be honest. I was just on the phone. We were just fucking about.
I don't know whether actual people were
so
there.
So what happened? I ran out, and I didn't even see. I just seen them all with guns, so I pulled my gun, and then I noticed Boris wasn't in the back of the car anymore. So I just went around looking for him. So I presumed they took him hostage, and they did.
Yeah, they seemed pretty scared.
Who actually tried to take you hostage?
I think there was like Ming. I'm not sure who else really was there. Miguel was there.
Future was there.
I told you Miguel would have been there.
Thing is, all that's kind of is what it is, though, because when I pulled up and they know what I was looking like, because we seen them before at Mosley's, Forehead and Miguel, they knew it was me and then just started shooting at me, and then I was getting shot from across the road.
Yeah, the only three I know who were there were Forehead, Ming, and Miguel. I don't know who the others were.
Yeah, I'm a cool Forehead.
The only issue is the whole cop situation that you brought up, Sparky, is with the raid shit.
I don't
That's a hurdle we'll have to cross if it gets to that, you know? You just have to make sure things aren't in names.
Their name, get it sorted. Simple as, not an issue. Let them raid apartments that are empty.
I do also think this is rage bait, and the way I mean it is.
I mean,
no. The reason I say it's rage bait, right, is they know that war on both sides was very draining financially and weapon wise. They're probably sat there thinking, oh, Manor are still cool. They came out of that with like decent rep on the streets because we handled ourselves well, and they're still alright.
Be able to get a
we
vibe
ain't
off
done
the phone,
enough
though,
damage. You know what I mean? If I call Forehead and he's just completely on some you shit, then we know what they're trying to do.
What are you gonna say? Are we asking for the stuff back?
I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna say I don't get why we're doing this 3 days after a war, and then I'm gonna say literally, if we can run the stuff back that you took off my boys, then is what it is. And then if that doesn't happen, then I'll be like, all right, whatever, and then we'll just hit the pawn shop. I think that's the best play.
Gotta wait for a
But
restart.
then
Yeah,
it would
'cause
just be every...
we're not even broke, by the way. Like we've been
Said he
playing.
restarted.
No, we've been on
Before,
our
I asked
grind.
him.
We have money. And Terry is back. Like
We probably have more money now
we're
than we did
good
before the
now.
war, bro. I'll be
And
honest.
I'm not being funny, but we can also Future's calling me.
Don't even answer if it's Future. Only speaking to Forehead.
we're like
I
really
I'm not being
good
funny,
at
but
it.
we have
Interesting to
people
see
around
what he
late
has
enough
to
into
say,
the
though.
night that can literally hit.
They even know what they're doing with shit like getting Future to ring Steve. You know what I mean? And Forehead ain't gonna even answer my call. Who is that? Hello?
Yo, is this Big Manor gang?
It's SK. What's going on, Future?
Hey, what's going on? SK, it's Future, man.
What's up? I was just about to call Forehead. Is he not around?
Yeah, listen, obviously some shit happened. We're willing to give you guys a shit back and we just leave it there. What you think?
I was honestly what I was gonna say when I called.
All right, perfect. Where you want to meet? Just bring the shit.
I'll come to. I'll just meet Legion Bank.
Legion Bank. All right, we'll be there.
Easy. All right.
Bye.
I was not expecting that.
What?
Future just called me and said, "Hey, it's this Big Manor gang. We want to give the shit back." And just leave it at that.
Nah, Forehead bitched him out and made him call.
Respectable, bro.
Bro, I was not
Forehead
expecting that.
100% bitched Future out and made him call us.
Nah, we should get the shit back.
I reckon for nah, I'm gonna just get it and leave, bro. We're not even trying to. Bro, it's 3 days, bro.
Yeah, like, blow it.
Yeah, I know, but that's them, innit? That's on them.
Yeah, it is. That's why they get 100%. What happened is they did it in the heat of the moment. Foreheads just had to roll with it, and then afterwards they've gone. Foreheads just gone. This is dumb as. Why would we do this 3 days after a fat war?
Trying to think what I had. I had